Hey, Mark the Marketer here, and welcome to the Online Business Starting Line. So, today's mission is to challenge you to learn something or try something new in your work from home habits to create a better, healthier life so you can be more productive, go to bed and sleep easier, and be more rested, and spend time with the people you love more, like babies, children, spouses, best friends, parents. So I've got a few challenges for you, a few great ideas that I've picked up along the way working from home with my wife and now working from home as a new dad. Just check out this precious thing. Now you might see me bouncing, and that is because I am on an exercise ball. And when I'm wearing my baby, it is easier to just keep her moving, keep her calm, and I can be pretty productive with two hands when she's sleeping on me like this. And throughout the video, if you hear something that you're like, wow, that's a really good idea, hit that like button and then tell me which tip you thought was best or you're going to try in your life. All right, let's get started.
On your marks, get set, start.
Today's starting line spotlight app is Grammarly. Now, Grammarly has been a game changer for me when it comes to being confident in how I'm writing, what I'm writing, the clarity, the misspellings, and just clunky sentences. Grammarly goes beyond this, like, oh, you spelled something wrong, and it offers suggestions on things like tone. Is this supposed to be a happy message? Because based on the words that you're using, the mood is this. And this extension is available everywhere. You can put it on your Chrome. You can use it in Google Docs. And writing in WordPress, where I know that my articles are going to be clear and not filled with misspellings. The way I use Grammarly most is downloading the plugin, using it within the native apps you already are. Grammarly is going to help you become a better writer. Check it out now. So working from home has unlimited challenges. It is the place that you're living, you're eating, your family is living and playing. If you have kids, it can be crazy. And most people don't have large homes, large spaces. Luckily, we just moved from a 600 to 1400 square foot. We're grateful to have extra space now that we have a young one. So when it comes to wellness, you have to understand who you are and what you need in order to feel loved, fulfilled, and not drained. So my first suggestion for living well is having a community, having family, having loved ones in your life daily. Now, that is not always easy in this current state. So keeping up communications online, FaceTime, all great. But even in your house, take the time for some special one-on-one time with each kid or your spouse or a roommate. Connect with someone. Have a real, genuine conversation with a human being. And for me, in my life, finding time like this to hold my daughter and squeeze her and hear her breathing and just like witness her being this tiny cute baby while also trying to be productive is a good mix. I think it's cool when you can find productive areas where you can include your spouse, your kids, and it's doing something productive. And when it comes to productivity, my next tip for you is to figure out what time of day you work best. Are you a late night person? Are you a night owl? Or are you a morning riser? Is coffee in the morning at 6 a.m. the thing you dream of? Figure out what is your best sleep cycle, what is the best time that your body likes to wake up, and do what feels naturally. That does take some time to figure out, but it is worth it to test out different things. What did I like? I worked late nights last week and I worked early mornings this week. Which days were I most productive? Figure out what time of days work best for you and then nail those really productive times. And try and find some alone time too. Now, if your house is busy, hectic, maybe the kids go to bed at 8, find some time at night, or everyone wakes up at 7 in the morning to start their day. Maybe try waking up at 6:30, 6 o'clock, and getting up before everyone and having some quiet time to just collect your thoughts before you need to be pulled away in a few different directions. So I really like finding quiet time. I'm trying so hard to be a morning person, and waking up to change her gets me up out of bed. So far, this has been my best alarm because normally I have a bad habit of sleeping through them. So when it comes to wellness, the number one thing I have to say for everyone in this culture is digital wellness. Your digital well-being, how you interact and live with your phone, needs to be looked at and really analyze how you go throughout the day with this thing in your hand, in your pocket at all times. So the two digital wellness things that I've been doing in my workflow that really have helped me stay on task: work mode, focus mode. You can set which apps you're allowed to be using in your focus mode. So by default, it's going to block any social media. So that trigger that I have when I open my phone and I see the color of Instagram and I just want to click it, one, is grayed out, and two, doesn't even let me do it until I end my focus time. So locking yourself out of temptation is extremely effective. Sometimes you don't even want to go check Reddit, but you are stuck in this habit of doing so. So this helps you break that habit. You can still use those features that you need in your workflow and then eliminate the rest. The second thing I've been doing lately is I put a widget on the top of my phone that shows me which apps I spend the most time on, and it tracks how much time I've spent on my phone today. Right away, I can tell you that I watched a couple of shows this morning while I fed and held my baby. So you can see Hulu is right there at the top with an hour. So if I do see social media up there and I know that I'm not actively working on social media today and that is just kind of vanity stuff, that is signs of concern. So I'm going to try and curb that time. So just being aware of your screen time. Check your digital wellness on your phone and see how many hours I'm spending where. And then if you see any red flags, try and make some changes. All right, the last thing on my Be Wealth list is telehealth. Because we're in a pandemic, because we're doing things differently and we're less eager to see the dentist, go to the doctor, talk to a therapist, because the world can be scary. Try telehealth. Two great telehealth resources I've seen a lot of online. One, I know a doctor personally and he is amazing, is SteadyMD, which is a primary care subscription through your phone, computer, all telehealth. And this is an amazing service because of a few reasons. It is not through healthcare. It is just $99 a month, subscription, flat fee, cancel whenever you want. Simple and easy in the modern age. And then two is that you can take a in-depth quiz and they are going to find doctors that fit your needs, your mission, and what your personality wants in a primary care physician. And then you will be matched with that person. So that is really cool. And the second really popular telehealth is BetterHealth. Now you can schedule easy appointments to talk to licensed doctors on your time when it is convenient from you from your home. You don't need to give up your mental health and stop pursuing therapy because you don't have time, it's hard to get out of the house, etc. You can do it from home. Check out BetterHealth and SteadyMD and any other telehealth you've heard of because you are worth it. I have a few challenges for you when it comes to eating and drinking. I am a huge advocate of intermittent fasting. I really like the benefits it's had. I like that I only need about 2 meals a day. Having a schedule and a timeline of when I can eat and when I stop eating during the day, I really enjoy that structure. And then I'm not thinking about snacking at night or waking up in the morning and having just random cravings. If I can just drink a glass of water, have some coffee, that's really all my body needed. So what is intermittent fasting and how do I keep track of it? I use an app called Zero, which is basically just helping me track the time of when my fasting is. Right now I'm doing a 20 to 4 hour ratio fast, which means I have a 4-hour eating window and then 20 hours of fasting, which is intermittent fasting. Now, something I'm also trying is to take one day out of the week and do a real fast and not eat for at least 24 hours. So far, I've gotten up to about 32, 37 hours, and I'm slowly working up to my goal, which is a longer 72-hour fast. But when it comes to eating, think smart and be efficient. Work from home meal hacks like meal prepping, bunch of meals, or using smoothies or a meal replacement for one of your meals for that day. Making smoothies at our house is really easy because we have all the ingredients in the freezer. We just throw all the flavors that we were looking for into one blender, mix it up, and we have a meal for my wife and I that is filled with greens, fruits, and it's actually pretty filling. Now, people take coffee really seriously. I think this hack right here has saved me an insane amount of money and time that it takes to go out and get coffee. And that is learn to make coffee you love. Become the barista you wish every Starbucks had. Be that person in your house that makes amazing coffee. Whether it's that fancy whipped coffee that blew up on TikTok in the beginning of the pandemic, or what we do at our house, which is espresso maker. When you have a fresh, foamy cup of espresso, man, oh man, is your morning set on the right direction. So invest in a good coffee maker, invest in a good coffee mug. I recommend something that keeps my coffee hot. I like to drink coffee throughout the day, and this keeps it hot from the morning to the evening. Love the mugs you use, love the coffee you're drinking, and skipping that next Starbucks visit will save you a lot of money because it adds up over time, and you can stay in your PJs when you do it. Almost as important, if not the most important thing to your health and well-being is sleep. The scary stories I've heard from lack of sleep, poor sleep quality, and sleep is your number one way to restore your sanity, your wellness. Your body goes into a restorative state. And if you're not getting good quality sleep, your work is likely suffering. So how do we get better sleep? Find a routine that works for you. Find out how many hours your body feels like it needs to be fully rested. And then figure out, can I get that many hours of sleep? And if so, I would need to go to bed at this time and wake up at this time, and find a routine that works for your sleep schedule. The number one app I use on my phone is the Twilight app. This is a red filter app that helps me wind down at night. I have it set so that at about 10 o'clock at night till about 7 in the morning, my phone has a dim red filter on it that makes my phone easier to look at night without sparking that blue light sensitivity that makes your brain think it is daytime, it is work time. That red light really calms your brain. And so think about that when you are using your phone, and also setting some mood lighting in your room, in your bedroom, that is a warmer tone. There is a lot of psychology around colors and lighting when it comes to sleep, but I really suggest that a red light filter on your phone could do wonders in your life if you're someone that uses your phone at night or first thing in the morning. Now, this tip works really well for me, but my wife would say the opposite. She is such a work from bed person. I, on the other hand, suggest you don't work from your bed, because your body gets used to certain environments are for this activity and certain ones are for this. You eat in the kitchen. So maybe in the kitchen you start to get hungrier. When you go into your office, you are in work mode. You are going to be productive. When you shift into that space, you're also shifting into a headspace. You're going into your work environment, and you know that it is time to get stuff done. And then when you go to bed, you should have that shift. You're clocking out. You are not there to work. You're there to engage with your spouse or get ready for bed, read a book, and sleep deep. These are the things that you want to associate to your bed and your bedroom, not hustle, work, grinding. So if you can separate those, I think that it will help how you work in your environments. All right, the last tip I have for you is invest in your sleep. You spend an insane amount of time in bed. Invest in your bed, your sleep, the things that you use to have a better sleep. Blackout curtains if you hate the light. A good alarm clock. A smartwatch that can track your sleep and tell you if you had a good night's sleep. A good mattress. And nice sheets and a nice pillow that you can't wait to crash on. Something that my wife has really loved lately is a sound machine. It really helps her cut out all the distractions and noise outside of the room, and it helps you just be more calm as you sleep. So a sound machine can really help you manage your environment. All right, my last category is challenging you to be more active and to stay active in healthy routines. So for this, I'm going to stop bouncing on my exercise ball and I'm going to take a walk. So let's go. All right, so let's talk about the last thing. All right, so the final category is being active. Keeping your body active in a often sedentary culture that we live in is really important. So let me share with you some of the things that have helped me as I've struggled with staying active working from home. And the first thing is go for more walks. You are going to be in better shape, you're going to lose weight, and you're going to feel better. Now you're probably saying, I don't have time to go on a walk, let alone a half-hour walk. Or what I like to do is take meetings or calls on the walk. Now I learned the term walking meeting from Naval. I actually really enjoy taking phone calls while walking because the active pacing keeps my brain active and it feels like the phone call usually has more energy to it. And to hold yourself accountable, try wearing a smartwatch. It's gonna track your steps and tell you exactly how much you're walking and if you should be doing more. My other favorite things about the smartwatch is sleep tracking. It also has a timer, basic things that I use on a daily basis with this right on my wrist. Some other ways to stay active: stretching, yoga, or just getting your body loose. Now, we are in a fight against bad posture and an epidemic of sitting in office chairs for way too long. So stretch every day, even if it's for 5 minutes. Just loosen up your body and then take an active role in how you are sitting throughout the day. Can you improve your posture? Something I like to do is take breaks from sitting in my office chair to sitting in the exercise ball to also standing and using a standing desk. I do get fatigued standing for too long, so I don't suggest doing one thing the whole day. So you can switch it up and it might help you work longer, stay productive throughout the day. My next tip is to find a therapeutic or meditative activity. Now, meditation is something that every single person in the wellness space talks about. Unfortunately, I've never fully committed to really mastering the practice, but when I need to meditate, I have a therapeutic activity. And that, for me, that's skateboarding and snowboarding. Now, when I'm skateboarding, I literally don't think about anything else except what's next in front of me, what's the next trick, what's happening. In an activity like skateboarding, you aren't thinking about what else is happening in the world, the phone call you need to make, because you need to give all of your energy to what you're doing. Playing catch, going for a run, doing something that's active and strenuous can really take yourself out of your mind and just let you be. And whether that is traditional meditation or an activity that you find therapeutic, try to do something like that at least 3 to 5 times a week. And if you are interested in meditation, I would suggest starting with something user-friendly like the app Headspace, which breaks down really easy intro meditation exercises. All right, so my final thought on this whole being active is taking breaks more often. Schedule breaks and just think about the way that you schedule your day and really work in things like, every hour you should at least be standing up, drinking some water. Don't go 4 hours plugged into your chair in the same position without doing any sort of movement. This month I'm trying a few different scheduling techniques and some time productivity techniques. 3 ones that I'm trying are time blocking, where I schedule out each hour and see if I can hop from one task to the next. The second is focus time, where I take a 2-hour block and say I'm gonna do this thing for 2 hours, and at the end I'll take a 20-minute break. And the third one that I'm gonna try soon is the Pomodoro technique, which is short bursts of productivity. You do 20 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and then repeat 4 times, and then you take a longer break after a set of 4. So can you do short sprints, and then in that 5-minute break, stand up, move around, move your legs, move your feet, get creative. Now I'm not the best at keeping these habits, and I'm just trying to live my best life and taking a focused approach to ways I can improve my health and my happiness. So my challenge to you is this: be intentional about how you live and how you work out, how you eat, and then don't feel shame when you have cheat days. Life's too short to not play hooky some days or eat ice cream or just do the things that you love that are kind of guilty pleasures. Just love your life, be well, and give it your best. All right, thanks so much for watching. Margaret and I chat about being well. Now, if you have something that's made a huge impact in your life, I want to know, because I love trying new things and I'm always learning and I'm always trying to progress how I live my life day to day. So hit that subscribe button, like the video, and check out my channel for more videos. This has been Mark the Marketer, and have a great one.